Good morning. Life is great when you have an amazing marriage. Everything else falls into place when your most important relationship is going well. I want to help you increase happiness, and that's why I've created Motivational Mondays. Let's get motivated with this thought or suggested action. Hi, today's topic is on roommates. It's a really difficult situation that some couples find themselves in when their marriage is like they are married to a roommate. And so what can you do? On episode 14 of my podcast, I outlined 2 of the various scenarios of level of roommates. So please listen to it. I don't really want to summarize it here. I want to give you some ideas on what you can do if you find yourself in a roommate situation. First of all, you will have a decision to make. Go on as is as roommates, which is what most people do, because either they don't have the skills or the ideas as to how to get out of it. And so they resign themselves, and although they're unhappy, they're comfortable. But here on this show, I do not want people to live in an unhappy marriage. I don't want you to get divorced. I want to help you find a way out. So you can live as is roommates. 2, you can get divorced. Or 3, you can restore your husband and wife relationship. Maybe not as you once had it, but in much better situation. Sometimes even better. Now, it's going to depend on the dynamic of your relationship. The best scenario is when you're both roommates and you just don't know how to make the change, but you have a hope and a desire for it to change. That's a great situation to be in. The next situation, and it's the most common, is when one of you really is not happy with the marriage in this situation, and one of you appears not to care. One of you has given up and isn't doing anything, but one of you wants to do it, and you feel like you're going against a brick wall because your partner is not responsive. That too is an okay situation. Because like I said, it appears that the spouse doesn't care. We have to find out what is that person's pain, what is blocking them from caring to being in a happy relationship, because most of us don't want to live forever in an unhappy relationship. The worst scenario, and the one that I don't know that I can help with, is when you're living as roommates, you just don't care, you don't love each other, you've given up, and you just don't care. You have to wonder why people haven't divorced. In my podcast, I talk about why. There's a lot at stake. The change, it's not just easy. You know, in our culture, people say, oh yeah, just get a divorce, it's easy if you're not happy. It's not that easy for many people. It's really not. But let's not belabor the point. Let's talk about what you can do and how you can do it in just in another minute or 2. Okay, first of all, it took you a long time to get into this situation. It might take you a long time to get out of it. You really want to, number 1, key in on the love map of your partner. Again, listen to podcast number 2, Forming and Building Love Maps. When you understand and know what's going on in your partner's feelings, thoughts, and their day, then you can begin to work with something. If someone is not honestly sharing and you don't know what's going on, you're at an impasse. So knowing the love map and then really trying to understand what your partner's going through, you want to form a friendship. What I would recommend is that you get outside the house, go out on a date. The one of you who might have to make an initiative, maybe it's the person watching this video today, you might have to make the initiative. Honey, I'd like to talk to you. I'm not happy with this marriage as is. I feel like we're roommates. We have very low sexual activity. I feel like we don't even talk much anymore. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it. I'm embarrassed. I hate carrying on a facade that we have an okay marriage out in public when you and I both know it's just not what it once was. Can we please talk about this? How did we get here? And let's get out of it. Let's get out of the predicament we're in, not out of the marriage. Can we just maybe go out to dinner and just celebrate us and just try to have a heart-to-heart and figure this out? Hopefully you get the cooperation. If you don't and you get denial, I'm not going to go there right now in this short video. So you want to get outside the home, have a date, Work on your friendship. Work on understanding each other. In the podcast, I recommended a couple of resources to read. Those are a couple of good resources, the book titles. What else can you do? You're really looking to somebody to make an initiative, to make a change, to move toward intimacy and not stay closed. Pretend you have closed doors. You want to grab the handle and just open it a little bit to have some sunlight come in. So I hope that was helpful. I encourage you to listen to the podcast. And until next time, make your marriage great.